We're back. Hour of Blackout time, baby. Here with B from Beeoriginaldesigns, CEO, blackoutmedia.net, as per usual. Special guest today is probably one of the most inspiring YouTubers I've seen grown so fucking dramatically in the time that he's been fucking around on the internet, and it's Cobra from Cobra TV, of course. Oh, Cobra, are you alive? Oh, I guess Cobra's not alive yet.
I'm here, sorry.
Oh, no. See, this is what happens when Cobra's working.
I saw something on my computer screen.
Yeah, see? He was looking at the mighty Boosh, and he got mesmerized. I'm old Greg. That's what happened. He old Greg. I'm old Greg, and he just got captivated by the mangina. He was totally captivated.
Mangina.
Well, that's what old Greg is. It's a guy. It's a guy who's all like weird and obscure. Very, very obscure comedy. I'll send you the video after this show, but all jokes aside, before we get into the later parts of the show, all right. First things first. B and I made a fuck up. All right. This is not Anton's fault. This is solely on B and myself. All right. Now, B, you want to elaborate a little more on this?
Yeah.
Right,
okay. So last week we made a bit of a fuck up, and
no. It was a fuck up. It was a straight fuck up. We didn't elaborate clear enough on what we were talking about.
We're very unclear when we discussed saying that the forums were bad. Like in the video, we said, oh, the forums are run bad, but we didn't elaborate well enough, and we kind of blamed their team instead of blaming who really deserves the blame in this case. So just to clarify for those of you that may have heard that, we do love the forums 100%. I'm on it all the time, and while it does have some bugs, which I'm very sure they are working out, the real problem with it is that the devs are not giving them the access that they would require to fix things much easier. As far as on the forums, I do believe they have all the permissions they can possibly get, but as far as, fixing errors that might happen with like MySQL or something, the devs have not given them access, which this is a bit of a problem.
Well, it kind of feels like a big problem in a way, because look, all right, granted, originally I didn't know how much access to moderators had gained over the course of time from when I last had conversations with them, and I understood where the inner workings of them kind of made out, right? So now that the moderators, they have more access, and they have almost everything, right, to properly run the Freedom Forums. My biggest question here is, why are developers getting this pass to where, and I understand developers are developers and moderators are moderators, sure, but in the instance where something needs to be done and there's not a developer that's available at the time, why can't a moderator gain access to it and fix what needs to be done? Now, granted, this is a very short answered solution, but it feels like, all right, they should be able to go into the developer side of things and fix something if something comes up and someone's not available to fix the problem. All right, and that's what I was trying to elaborate on last week, and I probably got off on a tangent. I hadn't even listened back to the show. I hadn't even listened back to it, so I still remember what I said. And
I think Marcel's connection might have died.
Well,
wait, are we good? Are we good?
It'll go back up, man.
Back to normal now.
Okay.
All right. For everybody listening on the hitbox, my bad. All right, that's not our fault. That's the Netherlands right there, because the internet's powered by windmills, and dogs on sleds.
Not.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay. So what's it powered by?
No.
Cheap weed and applesauce? I don't know.
By the way, how the hell did you get on dogs on sleds? We don't even have snow here.
Oh, that's true. You guys got a lot of cool churches, though. I have seen some of your churches. But back to the Freedom Forum on that. That was our fuck up, guys. To clarify, what we're really talking about here is we just don't understand why developers are not supposed to grant access to the moderators. In the time of an emergency where, say, developers are gone, or just in the instance of maybe there's something going on with the developers and the moderator needs to step in and show them how to do something or explain to them. There's numerous X factors on why it would need to happen.
Apparently, there's still an issue on Hitbox. No one hears us.
Really? If there's a shortened hitbox, I don't know how to feel about that, because it should be working. This could be Marcel's problem. This is Marcel's our
Oops.
backup guy. He's good at it, but I think he made a fuck up. Did you make a fuck up?
Still had it muted.
Oh, you had it muted, son of a bitch! Oh, guys on Hitbox, I'm sorry. Please don't hate us. We got it sorted. You guys should be able to hear us and hear my Marmite voice tripped in razor wire. Okay, it's perfectly fine. But I hope that clarifies the situation, because don't get it twisted. You know, the moderators on Freedom, we know you work hard. Okay? If anything, we're rooting for you more oftentimes than not, all right? It's just in that particular instance, we got our information wrong. Okay? We're sorry. We are. And we're correcting that. Okay, so outside of that, B, I know that there's, speaking on Freedom, there's a good little segue. Not the little motorized scooter segue, but a segue into Freedom Online. So I really want you to go into this in-depthly and kind of explain to me what this is, because this is the first I've heard about it, and I know you wanted to talk about it. Somebody should probably answer their phone. This is not professional. This is not professional.
Damn it, Cobra, run.
Run!
Yeah, see, JJ's already in chat getting hyped, but basically Freedom Online is a new project that Freedom started that me and JJ were brought onto as artists.
Okay.
And also we're actually editors, so if people submit content, we can actually go through and improve it ourselves. But it's a new site where they are going to be featuring partners, or I should say doing a better job of featuring partners. And the real purpose of this site is basically, you know, Freedom is a very popular site, and when you Google Freedom or like MCM Freedom, it's one of the first sites that pops up. So the idea here is to use Freedom's SEO rankings with Google to promote your content.
But here's my biggest question. I already do that, and I already have very good SEO rankings, and it doesn't do anything to help me. So my biggest question is, what's that going to provide later for people who are even smaller, who might just get their SEO shit figured out, and then where do they go from there? Is there anything added onto this, or what's going on here?
For example, if you were to Google Skynet, you are not the first thing to come up, even though you've done content about Skynet. However, maybe if Freedom's forums made a post about Skynet with like a really kind of strange title, and you put that in, it's probably going to be top of the list. And that's just because Freedom's SEO rankings are so high.
Okay, that makes sense. that makes sense. All right, it kind of, I guess it kind of works with me. Maybe a little bit, because I mean, don't get it twisted. I kind of don't want my rantings and ravings about my fears of technology to be that widespread. But I guess, and I understand the situation. Now, when did this actually turn up? Like, when did this idea really kind of get put into, I guess, use?
Officially, this was launched yesterday, and there was a live stream about it, which I was actually almost in, but unfortunately I was unavailable at the time, and it just couldn't happen. But it did launch yesterday, and it was in the works for a couple of months. So it's been kind of behind the scenes. And now here's the funny part, because apparently George didn't expect a high outcome, and he didn't have it on the Amazon cloud servers. So what happened was, when this thing launched, the MySQL database was literally smashed to hell. And I mean smashed. Like, this thing was non-functioning for hours upon hours, and not even the administrators could log in, like me, to fix anything. And it was just broken to pieces. So they're actually moving the server now, because George realized, oh, people like this. There you go.
Well, no, I mean, that's good, of course. So, actually, that is kind of funny that he didn't expect the high turnout. I mean, at the same point, though, I can kind of understand where he's coming from there. I mean, it's not like he's had, there wasn't a lot of positive response in a lot of the things they've been doing lately.
Well, I mean, like, we expected a high turnout, and like Curtis is like, oh, this project's gonna be huge, and we're gonna make like a real good successful idea, and it's gonna go somewhere. And I was like, great, that's awesome. And now, granted, I didn't expect such a fast turnout, but when that video went up, oh, that site was down in just a couple of minutes.
So let's get a skivvy. Let's get a skivvy on Freedom Online. When is the first event or whatever you guys have planned going to really start happening? I know there's a live stream that you recently just said about.
Well, their goal is to make I think 3 videos a week featuring content, but there's going to be content posts like every day, like throughout the day. So the real idea, I guess, of the event is it's going to be consistent, like throughout the day, every day, all month, all year, whatever the hell you want to do with it.
Sure.
But like the actual like full featuring that goes on the Freedom Hub channel is going to be so many times a week.
Yeah, that was going to be my first question if it was going to be featured on the Hub channel. Because how many times have we talked about the whole old Freedom small channel spotlight that just went to shit very quickly?
Well, granted, I never even watched one episode of that because I just don't like the hosts.
You just don't like. Well, okay, that's fine. But I mean, personal bias aside, I just look at it as, all right. Look, the small channel spotlight was easily a failure. I mean, it really kind of left a hole in Freedom, showing that, like, well, I guess they really don't. It made it look like they didn't really care about their small partners as much as the number of small partners to gain money.
Oh,
That's
I
the
forgot to
appearance it
mention,
left. Go ahead.
this is something that you're gonna like, and this kind of goes to what Akatos mentioned just now. But basically, what they're doing with the site is they're not accepting, this useless spam or really bad content. It's gonna be nothing but quality. So you have to actually have decent audio quality, decent video. You have to be talking about something that isn't going to put people to sleep. And also there's another part to it where you have to write a post for your video, so people like
Are we talking about a paragraph? Or are we talking about a whole dissertation, half a Bible
Well, I mean,
page here?
you don't need to do no Bible page.
Are we
but you
talking just a
actually have
basic
to-
synopsis?
Yeah, like
Oh,
the
well, shit, I do
descriptions
every.
you do.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're like a paragraph,
So-
2 paragraphs long. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a decent sized description article about your video, so people can read and say, oh, maybe I want to watch this. And obviously an eye-catching title probably, but I mean, this is something that you would be good at, so therefore something like this is going to work well for you if you decided to use it.
Okay. Okay. Let's be clear here. All right. It may be in it. Okay, guys. You might think something like this would be advantageous for me. Correct. Correct. Well, I couldn't tell you. You couldn't be more wrong. There is no way Freedom would ever put me on any of their spotlight shit. They would be batshit insane to do it.
I'll do it.
I know you'll do it. But you're Blackout. Yes, you're working with Freedom, and I'm sure at some point in time my name will get thrown up there, and then Freedom was gonna go, that motherfucker? No. We're not putting him in there.
Now, see, here's the best part, because I talked with Big C directly, and I'm allowed technically to approve Blackout content on there whenever I want. So if I want to post a Blackout content, I can do it.
Well, that's very awesome, man, and that would be nice to get put in there, but
I'll
just be
guarantee
careful.
you, because I could just mention this. It's not just tutorials that are going up. There's going to be GFX. There's going to be gaming, podcast, all types of shit that's going to be on there. And you can be sure that if it's quality and it comes by my eyes, that I will approve it.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody who watches, who listens to my show and does everything that I do on a regular, you guys know that I do weekly shows. It's just talk. It's a talk format. It's a long talk format, a natural, conversationalist format. There's no way Freedom's gonna put it on there unless I did like a special, one of my rumatorials that I put on there about the gaming industry or about fanboys or something like that. That's the only one I could think that they might put up there that you might approve that would be suited for the Freedom thing. I don't know. Just don't know. I think it's a very good idea. I do like it. God damn it, I wish they did it a year earlier. This could have been done for like a year earlier.
Okay, so Aka asked a good question about Freedom Online. Now, of course, I am not the full owner of this site, so I can't say yes or no. But when it comes to editorial, I technically do have permissions to show anyone off that I want on there. I just have to approve it. But for someone like you who does tutorials on how to play a certain class, I would say that is very advantageous to you, because it's a tutorial that people could find useful. It's generally up to date, and it's from someone who knows what the hell they're doing. So I would say that you would have lots of success.
Okay, so see, actually you bring up a good point. I really want to see this put into action. I really want to see when this starts. You know, who knows what could come of this. Right now, it seems to have a really good positive reception, and people really seem to be happy about it, and that's good. It's good right now that, okay, everybody listens to the show. You guys know that we take a lot of shots at freedom when they deserve it. You know what I mean? We really do. We're really critical of them. And it's not because we don't like them. It's because, we like them. We want them to do better. In turn, that helps us do better. So, of course, we want them to do better and do good and keep their peoples. It's just, right now, I feel that freedom's in a strange purgatory, if you will. Like, they got their established base right now, but it seems like there's so many different ideas being swam around, and it's not a bad thing. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It kind of feels like a circus in a way. Not just weird. It feels weird. It's like a strange purgatory where there's all these ideas going through, and some good ones are leaking through. Then we got other ones like the Freedom School that are really bad that are leaking through. I just don't know. I just don't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it and figure out a focal fucking reason why all this is happening at once. And there's a lot of unhappy freedom partners. And obviously, there's always going to be an unhappy partner anywhere you go. In your job, if you're in management, you know from day one when your feet hit the ground, there's 1,000 problems with your name written all over it. But I don't know. I don't know. That whole 101 graphic designer thing was bad idea, and I know that's old news, but it's an example. Then there was the Freedom School, the Freedom Small Spotlight, win a car. Come on, man. Some of these just felt ludicrous. This one doesn't. This one does not feel ludicrous, so I'm happy that Freedom Online could really be kind of a project that they do that can really launch off the ground, and hopefully it can gain more people. Hopefully a lot of more people can grow with it. You know, Freedom doesn't lie to you in the sense of we will help you grow. What they distinctively say is we'll provide you the tools to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So Freedom Online is probably one of those tools that I see a lot of partners actually taking advantage of. I just hope that the people in charge of conducting who gets chosen are not going to be looking at it from a biased standpoint. Realistically, outside of the human bias element, that's why there's probably more than one people working on this. There's probably a group of people who decide who's going to be put into it. All right?
See, this is exactly why that like network owners can't be a moderator on the forums, and it's because that George believes there will be a bias. Now, of course, with me being on Freedom Online, I can't be biased towards Blackout partners, meaning that everyone with Blackout get accepted. Can't do that. Never can. But if it's quality and they just happen to be Blackout, that's cool. It just means that I can't accept everyone, but I can accept some people. And same goes to everyone else.
I can almost guarantee you, man, they'll never put me on there. They will never put me on there. Cobra could go up there in a fucking heartbeat. Cobra, if Cobra submit, no, shut the fuck up, you goofy bastard. If Cobra's good. Cobra is actually really, really quality at what he's doing. If you wanted to recommend any Blackout partner who would have a realistic chance, outside of some of the ones in the chat who do have good channels, I say a good first example would be Cobra. Talk about a guy, and he's in the room, obviously. Talk about Cobra. I mean, dude, he went from, I remember when Cobra was like, I don't know, bro. Only like 100-something subs, man. I don't know if I'm gonna grow. Don't know what I gotta do, bro.
What are you at now, like 10K?
Dude, he's
I
up there.
wish.
He's at like, what are you, like 7 now or something?
No, I'm pushing. I'm on my way to 5.
That's okay. That's right. You're at 5K. But see what I'm saying? 5K. You know, like a year ago he was at like 200, 100, 200, and now he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I'm climbing so fast, it's like it's snowballing. I'm getting nervous. I gotta keep making content, man. I gotta do. It's so.
Well, I mean, like when you seriously hit this level of success, there is no dip anymore. It's just up and away.
Yeah, I'm always afraid that there's going to be a dip, but it never happens.
Oh, it'll never happen. You're too high for a dip to happen anymore. You're just gonna keep growing.
Right.
Yeah, you're like the banking industry now. You're getting too big to fail. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's scary, but yeah, it's wonderful.
It's because it's new to you. You know what I mean? You're not used to seeing that channel grow so quickly, and then even on your other secondary channel where you talk about other stuff that isn't No Man's Sky related. For anybody who doesn't know about No Man's Sky, it is a game that is an independent game by Helio Games that Cobra has been covering for a long time, and one of his main channels has become the actual hub of all things No Man's Sky. Like, people will go to IGN and machinacookie.com and all the other sites that are just bollocks, and then they'll go to Cobra to get the real news on No Man's Sky whenever there's announcements. It's really unique. It's really insane on how it grew.
I went to Hello Games YouTube channel, their official one, and I'm the first one up there for related channels. I'm above IGN, GameSpot, Game Informer, above everybody.
That's ridiculous. Holy shit.
It is.
That's something to be proud of right there.
It is, dude. He's cultivated an entire audience, and he's driven them all to his channel just because, you know, Cobra, I remember you told me, you said it was like playing the lottery. With the
exactly.
No Man's Sky thing, because you're like, it's just, you know, he's like, I decided to choose a game that wasn't talked about a lot. Just virtually no coverage. I mean, you can go to his channel
when
and
I started, nobody was talking about it, so... Since I started so early, now that when anybody searches No Man's Sky, they find my channel on the very first page.
Apparently audio just stopped. Marcel, did you break something?
He might have broken something. He has the tendency to do that. I'm sorry, guys, for who's having problems on the hitbox. I apologize for that. That is not our fault. That's I guess it's just a transfer of how we're doing it. What the fuck? What did you send me, Marcel? I'm not stopping and starting a stream again. No, fuck that. That's ridiculous. We're doing... I can't. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Oh, God. But something Confused said in the chat real quick. I just want to address this. He said, Freedom Online is pretty much the only thing that I can finally point people to helping them grow. And you know what? You do make a good point. It is one of the few things that I see that is going to point people in the right direction, that makes people kind of have a new positive presence about freedom again. Because for quite a while, people have been really disappointed. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You're a fucking guest for a reason.
All right. The Freedom Online thing is supposed to, like, spotlight certain channels. Am I right?
It's supposed to spotlight quality content, not just certain channels.
All right. Understood. Before I even joined Freedom, I never even heard of it. So the only people that are going to watch your content are content creators.
Right.
So how is that going to help any of us?
That was a question I wanted to address earlier. Thank you for pulling the trigger.
The general idea here is to use their SEO to boost you, and then the views that you potentially can get is supposed to put you higher in search rankings with just YouTube, and then therefore it could cause you to go viral. Now, of course, there's no guarantee, but it's very, very likely that you could have success with any video that goes up there.
I see.
Yeah, and it is a good question. I mean, yes, when you're promoting to content creators, you have marginalized your chance of them giving two shits about it. If you get your notoriety from other sources as well, who aren't content creators, or who might be, but who might just be watching YouTube. I mean, I don't know how many content creators really watch YouTube. I really don't. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, I'm in a very different field than a lot of people, where I don't have a lot of time to do it, but I just don't know. I would hope that I really feel that the Freedom Online is they're banking on the premise of the SEO ranking is going to get more searches and more views and more likes, dislike, whatever the fuck it is, more interaction with the content that they're featuring, right? Now, at the same point, I'm a little concerned about, all right, say somebody gives footage to the Freedom Hub channel, right? And it explodes, and it gets really big, and it gets a lot of likes, gets a lot of love, gets a lot of ad revenue and shit. Now, are the people who donated their content not entitled to that ad revenue, or is Freedom going off the basis of, well, you're getting promoted a lot, and more people will come to you?
Well, I think the idea, what they're doing with the video, and obviously I can't be for sure on it because I'm not physically doing those videos, but I do believe that they are going to show probably somewhere from 10 to 30 seconds, just like they do when they announce their sponsors. Usually they'll show their channel and a little bit of the video just to promote it. I don't think it's going to be like the whole video. So
Oh, I figured it'd be segments. It would just be segments, and kind of a in a way, a spotlight show. It's just more, kind of getting down through there, showing the little clips of who's good and what they're doing. You know what I mean?
in this case, do I think they're going to get revenue? Probably not. But the idea is to get them views, and if it accomplishes that, I don't think it honestly matters.
Well, here's my biggest
Why
question.
wouldn't they be getting revenue?
There's my deal. It's like, why aren't they getting revenue? Why aren't they getting paid for footage that they're giving, unless they understand it's on a donation basis and what you're doing is a standard cross-promotional advent?
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't be getting revenue for their video. So
No, you wouldn't.
the way that Freedom Online would work is you put your video link in the submission, and then we post it with we embed your video. So the only time that you wouldn't gain revenue from
Is off
people
the
watching
is off
it,
the one that's on the Freedom Hub channel?
yeah. is if
Okay,
we
see, this
show
makes more sense.
10 to 30
All right.
seconds of your video
All right.
in that
Okay.
video. So-
All right. That does clarify it a little bit. You see what they're doing, Cobra?
Yep.
I mean, that's okay. That's okay if you put a video in the little channel section, right? And it gets
It's
a lot
like
of
the
views.
top 10 videos that some
There you
people
go. See, that's not a bad idea. And if it's still going off your embed link, Cobra, and everybody listening, you still get your revenue and blah, 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 blah. You still get all your cash. But I was wondering about that because I know that was going to be a question on a lot of people's minds. Because, people put a lot of work into what they do. Not all of them. A majority of people who are really trying to go pro with this shit, they put a lot of work into their stuff. And being shouted out's nice and everything, but sometimes people want their cash. That's just a mindset that some people have. And yes, JJ, that is a pretty good dissertation of quality. If we could sit through it without wanting to put a gun to our heads, it's quality. Okay, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it.
The way I'm gonna look at it, just for like when I accept stuff and I don't know what the others are doing, including JJ, but personally for me, I'm just gonna look for good audio. I'm gonna look for
that's
good
me.
personality.
Oh, I'm done. I can't be on. I have a terrible personality. I'm a really
No,
really
you
mean.
don't.
I'm a mean-spirited motherfucker, man. I can't lie. I can't lie to everybody here. Everybody listening knows for a fucking fact that I am a fucking pinecone fucking Nimbus cloud drinking motherfucking dickhead. Everybody
You have the
knows
most
that.
original-
Colorful personality in Blackout.
Colorful. Is this because I'm bronze? Is this because I'm yellow? Because I wear a funny little hat when I pick my rice patties in the sun? Is that what
It's
this
because
is about?
of the hat. Yeah.
Oh, good God. What has it turned into? Oh, no wonder we can't get advertisers. I swear it's my fault. I swear.
I mean, quite honestly, though, I think that everyone who's an editor is probably going to have their own focus. And me particularly, I'm going to be looking for like the original stuff. So like, if I even look at gaming submissions, which I'm probably not going to do because it's not my specialty, I'll probably leave it to one of the other guys. But if I do look at gaming, I'm not going to be picking Minecraft because that's just so overdone. I want to pick like things that are original. Like maybe if someone's doing Bloodborne when it comes out, I'm going to go ahead and okay that. Or if someone's doing maybe they're one of the first people to talk about payouts from heists on GTA Online that just came out, I might approve that because it's really like relevant new content. And then besides that, I'm probably going to be looking through art and just really accepting good tutorials, good speed arts, all that kind of stuff.
I truly feel like my only chance. Okay, okay, not even about my chance. Okay, here's my biggest question. Freedom is a PG company. Okay, it really is. All right, I got way back when I first started, when I wanted to take over the Freedom podcast, when that shit fucking bullshit slock was all over Freedom, that they accepted and put it into and made it official, and then they said I couldn't do it, and I guess there just wasn't. I guess it was partly on interest and partly on the base of my content, on that I am kind of really for a mature audience, really. A lot of foul language, a lot of very controversial and polarizing remarks and statements I make and on topical matter. Now, is there going to be like a ranking system? And not ranking, but is there going to be like a moderation on what type of content can go up due to if it's a little harsh, if it's if it's more mature, if it's not for younger people. I mean, what's the deal here? I know you might not know all the answers. I would just like a brief opinion on it, because it is a real question to ask.
This is something that I'm now going to bring up to Curtis next time I talk to him.
Yeah.
However, what I will say is that if this does happen where we don't put like a moderation on it for, maturity, there's probably going to be like a little warning in the post like, hey, there is like this type of content in this video. Viewer discretion is advised, something like that.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know if they're going to be doing that, but I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either, because that totally takes out
advocate for the whole free speech, like say whatever you want, do whatever you want, whatever content goes.
True.
It just has to be quality.
Absolutely. And
I'll see what I can do.
Oh no, I appreciate that, and it's more that I just wanted that answer for everybody to hear, so they kind of knew what was going on if they do more of a mature style, channel or content or video series, that has a fair chance of being seen, because there's a lot of stuff online that's looked at as a little disturbing, air quotes, but it's still well made, well produced, very good audio. Some of it doesn't even have video. It's just very well spoken and delivered audio, scripted or non-scripted, that, maybe has gameplay footage on it. Maybe it has pictures going along with the commentary. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a real chance.
Yeah, it's very good question. I mean, honestly, I don't even know the answer. It might have been in the Q&A that was last night that I sadly missed.
Yeah.
But for those of you who might want to go watch that, it's on the Freedom Hub channel. You can go watch that. But I'm going to try and get some answers to the questions that we've had today from Curtis, and I can maybe bring them up next week. Aka just brought up a good question, even though it's off topic. Sure. How many partners in Blackout are active at the moment? Now, it depends on how you put that question. If you're going by how many are actually posting videos, I would say we've got about 60 to 70% that are posting.
I post like every fucking day.
Yeah, you post like every fucking day.
So
Blackout's close to every day.
Yes,
We're
indeed.
getting close. But some people are getting views, some people are not. But we do see that a good percentage of our partners are posting. Now, if you're talking about people that are active in the community, it's not that good.
And that's a little sad. And that's a little sad. We put all that fucking effort and all that money that we had to scramble to get to open up the forums, and we don't have as many people as we thought we would. It's a little sad. I mean, granted, some people don't know where it's at. You can go to blackoutmedia.net, click on the forum button. You're right there. I'm on that forum a lot. I post a lot on that forum. I'm on that a lot. The reason I'm on this forum and not Freedom's anymore is because, well, it's a Blackout forum. And that's just how it is. I mean, this is who I work for, so fuck it, I'm gonna go with who I work for.
Yeah, JJ, I don't know if you know yet, but Curtis, he's not too good with code, so I mean, if something needs adding, it's probably gonna be me doing it, because I'm doing a lot of the code fixing, doing a lot of the art, doing editing on the site. So yeah, if it needs adding, I'll probably be helping him add it if he approves it.
Well, we'll see in the future. But I mean, that does bring up to it does lead into kind of a transition into talking about the forums a little bit. And also a little bit about the Blackout Order on Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mean, this goes in line with the Blackout forums, because I'd like to see something like dedicated for Blackout-oriented guilds, like the one in World of Warcraft, the one on Star Wars. Those kind of things I think would be good to have on the forum in its own dedicated section. So this also gives people more opportunity to see where we're playing and what we're doing. And it gives them a greater opportunity to join, especially something that's free to play, where they can just join up, level up, and then join the fucking Blackout Order, or the guild, or whatnot, and play with us, play with everybody.
I could definitely see some dedicated sections for our guilds, like for WoW and for Star Wars. It's a definite possibility. And as far as the forums go, quite honestly, we've had a bigger turnout than I honestly expected at first. Now, we're still trying to get more people to register, and obviously there's always going to be that percentage of people that just don't want to be involved in community, and they're just, in it for the money. They just want that passive income.
Well, it's
every
that
month from PayPal.
It could be that, and it could be at the same time, but maybe they spend their time creating content rather than, you know, talking to the community. And that's fine too. And that's a realistic percentage. It's just the ones who do want to join, you know, we really do appreciate that because we put a lot of work into it. I mean, not me personally. I'm talking about B and JJ and everybody who coded it in the back, Marcel among others. They busted their ass to make this for you guys. And I would love to see more people using it. That's a big reason why I use it, because I know the effort and the fucking headaches and the migraines on top of the headaches with icicles in your nostrils, the shit that they had to go through just to get this thing up. You know, so I'm really happy that it was done.
Well, I mean, like JJ just brought up a good point with Freedom Online, where he said that the site was handmade. It's not handmade. It's actually WordPress with a theme and a lot of freaking plugins. So it's not hand coded. He just kind of glued it together. But with our forums, a lot of that is done by hand. Like especially the permissions. I had to go in there and fix a lot of it. Then it broke, and then Marcel went in and fixed some of it. So
that's funny though.
It's a lot of hard work. So I have a lot more respect for the forum stuff, honestly, than I do for the developers at Freedom, because holy shit, that shit is hard.
Oh, sure. And I mean, I know our staff numbers are very different compared to fucking Freedom's. You know, it's very different. A lot of our staff works on a voluntary basis because they want to see this succeed. And this is one of the big reasons why I always go back to saying that Blackout legitimately is like a fucking extended family. I mean, it really is. There's times that JJ and I will argue. There's times B and I will argue. There's times Marcel will torture me days on end and he'll really piss me off, but it's not like in real malice. I'm never actually really angry at him. It's kind of like it's kind of like this motherfucker, god damn it. And then like a week later, all's forgiven. It's all good. Cuz you know, family fights, but then family comes together.
Oh my god, it's starting. I really hope George doesn't watch this video, because someone just commented in the chat and they're just like, "Oh, B, go to the Philippines." God damn it.
B, that's a good question about the Freedom School. Is there any, real quickly, I want to talk about this again. Everybody remembers from last week's episode where we're talking about the Freedom School and how it was a bad concept to begin with. Is there any more information on that? Or is that just idea laid stagnant?
Supposedly, their first 2 students from Quebec, Canada, just traveled to the Philippines. Now Anthony Smith is actually going down to the Philippines.
Oh, please don't tell me
I'll be
Biz is
going.
going to Canada. Cobra's going?
I'll be going.
You're going to the Philippines.
If this guy's trying to start his cult over there, I'm going. He's trying to get everybody from around the world to go to the Philippines.
Oh, I know. It's culty. I'm not going to lie. There's a culty vibe to it.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the gimmick behind that is, but there's got to be something. All I know is to answer Aka's question, I don't care what the pay is. I don't care what the benefits are. I'm not moving to the Philippines. Not going to happen. Never.
I wouldn't go either. I mean,
I would quicker move to the Netherlands.
hey, there ain't nothing wrong with the Netherlands. I would go to the Netherlands just because I have a little bit of understanding on that culture, and they're pretty decent people.
I'd probably lose my damn mind because I would miss American food too much.
Oh no, you'll be okay, man. There's American-styled restaurants all over the world, dude. Americana has infiltrated every facet of this world. Don't deny that you'll be able to eat a hamburger. You know, for real. You'll get your guacamole, you Cali fuck. You know. What is with that? What the fuck?
My wife just informed me that I'll be going to the Philippines without my dick.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Well,
So,
Jersey Devil makes a
going,
return.
So I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Yeah, you just got real denied.
You got super denied, brother. Of course. It's Mrs. Cobra who's gonna say, "Nah, motherfucker, you ain't going to the fucking Philippines. You gonna go there without your dick, motherfucker." Oh god. And don't get me wrong. Shout out to Mrs. Cobra. I love her to death. She's a great gal. I love her channel, Ear Pixie Radio. I love her. I love what she does. Oh, Ear Candy Radio. Shit. See, I'm fucking my shit up. Ear Candy Radio. That's right.
Aka just mentioned a good point, how a lot of the people that go to the Philippines, they make a video about them arriving and their, experience, so like their first day in the Philippines, and then there's nothing. And he talks about how Doug, Sada TV's, like we see him go and then there's nothing more. He's the guy that runs MGN's WoW Guild now.
Are we sure he's still
I don't-
alive? Did a
disappeared.
Skynet? Yeah, did he disappear?
We saw him go there, and then a week later we saw him briefly in a video.
Are you sure
where,
that's him? Are you sure
yes.
that's
Is he
not a
wearing an
Terminator?
orange jumpsuit?
I'm totally sure.
Is he wearing an orange jumpsuit, as Cobra just
Was he
said?
wearing an orange jumpsuit?
No.
Oh,
Definitely
okay.
not.
Okay.
But
Did he look like he's been fed?
yeah, he looked fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, really, I don't know why he's there. I don't know why he needs to be there. I mean, like, at this point, I don't know why anyone needs to be in the Philippines. It's not necessary. They don't need to have a huge ass office there. Why? Because you don't need to be there. I mean, I don't see a point.
Yeah, my biggest question is what is the real benefit that we don't know that they're getting from this? Because I don't know if George is getting, or the Freedom Net, the company is getting some kind of backing from somebody's money. I don't know if this is a government funded thing. I don't know. There's so many questions that have not been answered, and it feels insane to me for somebody to travel and change their whole lifestyle just on the basis of a little bit of information. It's like pre-ordering a game. It's ridiculous.
At the end of the day, I'm just like so stuck with it because, like, to the average person, why the hell would you give up every good thing you have and move to a third world country to work for YouTube now? I don't fucking understand it.
I don't understand it either, man. I don't understand it either. That's one question that is not necessarily kept me up, but it definitely bothers me when I'm sitting drunk and I'm thinking, like, God damn, that's scary. Why would you do that? And the two guys from Canada, God, our hearts go out to you. We hope you fucking come back. We hope you come back.
They're gonna be like the guys in Koriwa Zombie Desuka, the freaking zombie, how he's sitting by the window, and all of a sudden he just starts to dry out and just face death.
Oh God. All jokes aside, though, until we get more information on this Freedom School, I am very leery of this whole situation. Very leery. Now, Freedom Online, I'm leery of it too, but at least there's information to answer questions that people have. You know, Freedom Online looks pretty legitimate right now. We'll see in the future. But
I've got good hopes.
I know you got good hopes, and I actually have a little higher hopes now that I know there's people who I trust their opinion, and I know their output's going to be positive and beneficial rather than, negative to the. One thing I wanted to talk to you about, B, we didn't get into it earlier. We got to get into it now. Is the Blackout Guild on Star Wars: The Old Republic, and a lot of people don't know about this. So I'm gonna let you take the reins on it, B, because you and JJ have been, I believe, started it, and you guys have taken a lot of fucking interest over it. I'm on there, guys. I'm a person who doesn't run around with the lightsaber. I will not join your Jedi Order, you fucking weirdos.
You are the dumbass that said, "Oh, I want a sniper rifle," and now you're getting killed every 5 seconds.
Of course.
Because you don't know how to fuck to play, and you picked a shitty class.
Well,
and
of course.
See, Cobra
Primitive
realizes
weapon.
it too. He's gonna laugh at you for the rest of your
Oh,
life.
you will.
That's a primitive weapon, Rum.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. A sword is less primitive than a gun. All right, let's think about history here. Let's go into history here and realize what came first. I think the sword came first. Granted, a laser sword is probably more advanced than a laser rifle. I'm not gonna lie there. It's just
But it's also used with the Force.
What, the Schwartz? You mean that shit Yogurt uses from Spaceballs? Oh, that paid off real well. I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. So what does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Which is what you're about to become. I love Mick Rouse. That motherfucker's hilarious. Spaceballs. Sorry, off topic. Back to Star Wars: The Old Republic.
But like, for those of you who may want to get involved, like, see, JJ just became a millionaire in the game like me because we make money. Yeah, we make money for days. Like, we're rich in this game, legitimately. But for those of you who want to come and join us in the game, it's really, really simple. We are actually on one server now. I'm not on Jedi Covenant anymore. I transferred all my characters to the Bastion. So if you want to come play with us, just make sure that the server you are playing on is the Bastion. You can go to either Republic or the Sith Empire and you guys can come hang out with us. We have a guild on both factions, so just come on by. If you have any questions about making sure you get in the guild, feel free to talk to JJ or me. We both have permissions to invite people. Just let us know your character name, and we'll come online and we'll invite you in.
So wait a minute, you're a rich Jedi?
Oh, I'm a loaded Jedi.
Jedis are not supposed to have possessions, especially
That's right.
money.
Well,
What kind of game is this?
think about it this way. I
You
don't
go
know.
on shopping sprees in the
No, no,
Jedi Mall?
Have you had the chance to watch the first episode, episode 1 of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, so they land on Tatooine and their ship is fucked. They go to a merchant and offer him a
I
shit
know
ton
what
of
you're
credits for
Yes,
this thing.
yes.
And this is because Jedi, of course, they have money because you need money in this world
Well-
to survive.
They're funded. It's not his personal money.
Yeah,
No,
aren't
no,
Jedi's funded by
I
the
do believe-
Republic?
I do believe that Jedi themselves actually have personal money, but that may not be true. This could be a lore thing that we look into on our own. But and at the end of the day, me and JJ are rich on both our Sith and our Jedi. My Sith is actually more rich than my Jedi, though, which makes sense.
I would
that's
expect the Sith to
understandable.
be rich. I would expect the Sith to value material possessions just due to the
Oh, no,
whole
no.
contrast.
My Sith is sitting at around, I think, 6-7 million right now credits.
What the fuck? Why? You put so much effort into this goddamn thing. Why don't you just get the Unreal Engine and work with Anton and code a fucking game? We can make Spaceballs the old Republic. You think we're fucking bullshitting? No, seriously. That's something I actually wanted to bring up. Like,
Freaking JJ.
There is
He's
so-
calling me out right now. Apparently, Jedi do not have money. However, somehow Qui-Gon did, so I guess they have some sort of private fund that they can tap into whenever the fuck they want, and therefore I am going to say that Jedi can't have money. So, whatever.
dude,
My guys are loaded. I don't care.
I'm sorry. If you look in the chat,
JJ's right.
Yeah. And you know, says be
Uh,
a pimp lightsaber, like the pimp stick.
to answer Confused Nerd's question, the game is not so, say, grindy. Like, if you played World of Warcraft, it's not that bad. World of Warcraft is horribly grindy. I'd say DC Universe is even more grindy than that. Destiny is definitely more grindy. Really, if you're playing with friends, the story is very immersive. And if you play with a group of people where you're going to have fun in a Skype call, you won't even notice that you're playing. It's really just like playing a normal Skyrim game with friends.
You know, I can kind of attest to that. Now, granted, everybody knows MMOs are something I have a very strange relationship with. All right, I don't like playing something or investing time into something that I never actually own. Okay, so
Is this free to play?
yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's free to play, free to download,
I'll download.
all that kind of shit.
It's free to play, but they do have
They have microtransactions,
Things like-
of course they do.
they have microtransaction. They also have a subscription plan if you want to, which it does have its benefits. They have a preferred status plan, which if you get has its, of course, bonuses, and it gives
Oh,
you
that's-
things that make the game easier to play. Now,
That's really cool, man. You buy the game, then you rent the game, and then
Then
get
you pay
perks that
more.
should have been in the full
No.
game.
Okay, I'm going to talk just a little bit about this so people actually understand that this is not pay to win. So when you play this game, if you start off as a free-to-play player, the only difference from the big guys is that you won't have as much luxury. Like, there are luxuries to the game that if you are a subscriber, you have that make your life easier, like extended inventory, cargo hold, guild banks, trading with players, sending mail to players. Without being a subscriber or a preferred status, you don't have access to these things. However, if you become a subscriber, you get a monthly award of their in-game coins that allow for the mini purchases and microtransaction crap. But they do significantly reward their subscribers with things that make their life easier. However, you can play the game just as good as anyone else without subscribing.
Unless you're me, because I'm bad at the game.
Yeah, you're just horrible. You have no hope.
Yeah, I
How much is the subscription?
A subscription is same as WoW. It's $15 a month.
And are you a subscriber?
Yes, I am.
For how many months?
I've been a subscriber for 3 months total, and I've also got all the DLCs. I've put so much into this game back when I was a little younger, when I had more time to play these games because I wasn't working all the damn time. But I got really active into the game, and honestly, if you like to play MMOs and you have the time to put into it and the extra money, I'd say it's probably the best MMO you could invest your time into.
Okay.
I say it like this: you have to try it yourself. That's the way you know. You try it yourself. See if you care.
It's like it's got a really immersive story like Elder Scrolls games do. Like when you play Skyrim, you get lost in the game and you feel like you've been playing for an hour, only you've been playing for like 22. It's like that. You really get into this game if you're with friends and you're legitimately enjoying the story. But if you don't like Star Wars and you don't like MMOs with immersive story, you're gonna hate it, 100%.
Yeah, that's pretty much. JJ has a funny thing right there. He just put in the comment. He said, "Rum, is that why you hate games? Because you don't own any games you buy, you license them?" No, not at all. I just the premise of I'm never gonna invest any real money into something when I know that it could go any day. I just can't see myself doing that. It's like it's kind of like the same deal when I don't like early access. I don't want to buy any early access shit because I come from a time where you bought a full game. You don't get pay for a half-made meal. No, you wouldn't fucking pay for that. You pay for a full fucking meal. Same thing with the game. I'm not paying money for a half-finished game. I'm paying money for a full game. Anyways.
Apparently JJ is gonna slap me in the face now because I didn't mention this, but anything that a subscriber has, you actually can buy with credits to an extent. Obviously, some of it is really expensive. Some of it you may have a hard time finding to purchase, and some of it some people don't even sell because it's that rare. But for the most part, you can buy everything that the subscriber has for money. You can hit the same level as long as you buy the expansions, of course, and you can wear the same gear. You just need to have a lot more time invested into the game to have the luxuries.
I personally just feel if you're gonna okay, Cobra, say you download Star Wars: The Old Republic and you install it and you get onto the Bastion server and you start playing a game with myself, JJ, B, whatever, right? You're probably not going to care about subscribing if you're already playing with a group of people and you're leveling up and you don't feel the time consuming grind. So
I'm never going to subscribe to play a game.
I know that. I know that. I don't either. I think it's ludicrous. I think it's a ludicrous thing to do.
As the guild owner, it's kind of my responsibility to subscribe because I have to make sure everything is there for everyone else.
You have a different reason why you have to. Now, if you were just playing this game by yourself, it'd be a little more debatable if you wanted to subscribe or not. But as for people like Cobra and myself,
I was preferred status for 2 years.
I don't even know what that means.
It's basically someone who's done microtransactions.
Oh, okay. So you've already fallen into the trap. So you were gone from day one. Okay, I get it.
I was gone from day one, but I wasn't a sub.
His wallet sits there right next to his mouse when he's playing.
Yep, pretty much.
Now my
pretty much.
PayPal sits right next to my mouse.
Oh man, god damn. You know how it goes though. You know how it goes. But no, I mean, I think it's something good to have for Blackout at the very least. I really do.
JJ's worse than me. If we're gonna go into microtransactions.
Well, JJ's a microtransaction fucking whore. He loves those goddamn microtransactions. Ask him about Smite one day.
This motherfucker spent $40 on a hyper crate just to get some cosmetic shit, which half of it I think he sold.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait, okay. So what do you guys even do in the game? I mean, you guys have got to be ridiculously leveled. I'm running short on time. You got to be ridiculously leveled.
Confused Nerd just brought up pretty much the same question. What are the comments on PvP and gameplay? So JJ, he might put his little bit in the chat, so you guys can read that if you're in the chat room. I'll just talk a little bit about PvP and endgame. As far as endgame goes, the game at the end, the fun thing is like even after you hit 50, which used to be max level, there's still 10 more levels and tons more planets that you guys can go through. So there's still, like there's end game for 50, there's end game for 55, and then there's end game for 60 that you guys can all go through. And of course, there's instances throughout the way. There's PvP throughout the way. There's space battles, space missions, all this kind of stuff. So you're always going to have something to do. Now, when you hit endgame and you've completed every raid, like you're just geared out the fucking yin yang. Obviously, you ain't gonna have much to do except for be with friends. You can work on your stronghold. They actually have player housing, so you can work on that at endgame, and you're probably never gonna finish that because there's always new shit. They bring out new stuff like every patch, but yeah, that's as far as endgame goes. Really, there's a lot you can do. It's just it slowly withers down until the update comes out, but you're always gonna have something. As far as PvP goes, it's very fluid. It's kind of similar to how World of Warcraft works, or how DC Universe works, or if you've played like Terra, or what's that other one? I can't remember the other one. Guild Wars 2, yeah, that's what it is. So like if you played MMOs like that, it's considerably similar. The combat is very fast paced. I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect from MMO. It's not like playing Force Unleashed, but it's a nice MMO. It's standard combat. So if you like PvP and you like some considerably odd game modes but are fun to play, it's definitely something you can get into.
Can I stalk somebody in the game without them knowing it and then just outright attack them?
If you're like a Jedi Consular or a Sith Assassin, you have a stealth ability.
Yes, that's something I saw in the, what was it? I was reading up on something about, I read something about that in one of those, it's one of the websites where they kind of break down some stuff, right? Because I was trying to figure out what to do. And yeah, I did notice that.
To answer confused question again, really quick, PvP, is it balanced? This is a biased answer. I would say that PvP is not balanced. Now, of course, some people will disagree and say it is balanced. Maybe even the classes I'm about to talk about will say it's balanced. But I do believe if you use a gun, you are at a disadvantage. Unless you have someone with a lightsaber with you. Because the gun guys have a lot more stunning, but the lightsaber guys will just wreck you any day. As far as open world PvP goes, the realm that we play on, which is the Bastion, it's open PvP on every planet, and there's also special areas where it's like an arena PvP where you can go to. So, there's PvP everywhere, but quite honestly, it's very unlikely that you're probably going to have much of an issue.
Yeah, till Cobra gets in there and starts stalking everybody. Wait till Cobra gets in there and it's like, ha ha ha, motherfucker, lightsaber. Trust me, you think, dude, he does this in every game he plays. From Arma 3 to Star Wars The Old Republic, he's going to do it. It's gonna be the funniest fucking shit, man. It's going to be the funniest shit to play a game with you, man.
Can you fly ships in it? Or any vehicles at all?
There is space PvP where you can fly ships, and
buying it.
There's no. It's 100% free, and you can, I believe, do 5 per week as a free to play person. But if you subscribe, you have access to unlimited per week.
What?
Yeah,
that's a restriction I'm not really too keen on.
Fuck no.
Quite honestly,
it can stay on Steam.
I'm not too fond of the space missions.
The space missions are very bad.
However, the story is completely unlimited. You can go through the entire story with no limitations at all. It's just if you want to do like PvP, that's when the limitation starts in if you're free to play. However, you can do open PvP as much as you want. Like open world, you can kill as many people as you want and never stop. But if you want to go and like do actual arena type things or war zones, that's when the limitation starts in. But you can fly ships. That is a possibility. And you can also take your own ship outside of PvP to any planet you want in the game, and that's an option.
So how does this fare against the Star Trek MMO? First Contact.
Star Trek.
If you're, are we talking first impressions, like right when you go into the game, which one's more fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did play Star Trek Online, so I can't talk about this. I played Star Trek Online for what was probably 30 minutes before I said fuck it because my computer had a hard time with it, and I just did not like the way it played. I said fuck that
It's
game
ship
within about 30
combat.
minutes.
Its primary is ship combat, and there's no
Yeah.
limitation of how many times you can use the ship.
Well, at the end of the day, though, I said fuck that game because I just could not get into it. Was not physically possible for me. But Star Wars, quite honestly, if you want an MMO and you're looking for one that's free to play, I'd say 10 out of 10 would play again.
Oh, don't do
Are the
that.
lightsaber
Don't
battles any fun?
numerically put that shit on there. What the hell's wrong with you? You fucking goofy ass. What'd you say,
Are the
Cobra?
lightsaber battles, are they fun?
They're just you just push numbers and they swing a
At the
sword.
end of the day, you have your abilities, so it's not like Force Unleashed where you can go crazy with a Wii remote and make your own combos, but it's still fun. Like even though it can be repetitive, it's still fun. You get that rush because you're always like, oh, I want to kill this guy, and you fear that you're gonna die. So there's that rush there. It's just not as fluid as some of the console games are.
Yeah, and real quick before we end the show today, B, I understand what you mean about Star Trek, and we'll definitely have to get into that next week. We're gonna save that Star Trek Star Wars debate for next week, and what it really comes down to is it's just the combat system's different. It really is. I mean, the ground based, not really. It's not really different at all. The ship based combat, very different. There's a very different way on how you play it. But I mean, I think that's going to be it for today. We've already hit our hour. We've covered all time. Yeah, I think we're done for today, everybody. All right. Hey, Cobra.
What's up?
It's a pleasure having you here, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely. Shout out those lovely links so people can get a hold of you. And join the
You
fucking
can find me
Blackout.
on YouTube. Say that one more time.
Go for it.
You can find me on YouTube, /user/the XXX Cobra, or you can get me on Twitter at XXX Cobra.
My man. And like I was saying, join the if you so want to, I would recommend you join the Freedom community because we'll probably have something updated about the Star Wars Blackout thing that you'll probably end up joining. Just if anything, because I want to see you play that game. I do.
Oh, I'll play it. I'll get in.
I'll
Yeah.
personally play with anyone from Blackout who wants to play. I don't care.
I'll let you know when I download it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, B, shout out those lovely links to Blackout, my man.
All right, guys, head over to http:// blackoutmedia.net. Head over there. There's links to everything. You guys can get anywhere you want to go, whether it's our Twitter feed or Facebook. That's both at Blackout Media SM. You can contact us. We have our special page there. It sends emails to us. That's a good way for support. There's also a direct support link you guys can go, and you can talk with any of our support staff about any issues you may be having. We'll try and get that resolved for you. Don't forget to head over to the YouTube channel. Check out our new schedule. It's amazing. We got some great content on there, and I'm sure you guys are gonna love it.
Absolutely, I know they're gonna love it. I like it. I mean, I'm pretty hypercritical on everything, and I really do enjoy what Blackout's been doing. Talk about resurging that damn hub channel. Went real quick. And I got to give a lot of people, all the partners, all the staff, a lot of credit on that. And everybody, you know me, of course, your Apple, Rumandapples, on Twitter at everythingisrum. Slap the YouTube button like you owed your money in the third grade. Rumandapples, you know where to go, you know. Also, real quick update on what I'm doing. There's a good chance that I will be live streaming some of my podcasts. You know, the Rumandapples Show, Across the Pond, hosted with Blackout partner Roshu666 on Mixler. And I put links up to it. There'll be some in the description below if you want to join on to it. It's a place where I can do live formats that's more dedicated to what I'm doing rather than doing it on Hitbox or Twitch, which is more gaming oriented. So, you know, that is what it is, guys. And have a nice day, everybody. Whatever you're smoking or drinking, if you're fucking or, you know, whatever, have fun, enjoy yourselves, be safe. Have a nice day.